Hello! Welcome back to our channel. Will you stop?
What? Huh? Oh, hello! We're here doing nothing, I guess. There's a snowflake.
There is. I made it.
Today we celebrated our 1-year anniversary. It's really exciting because, it's like a year and 3 days, right? 3 days? Oh, I'm good.
He's good.
I'm very good. No. Anyway, the 1-year anniversary went smashingly. We went to Red Robin for lunch. That was swell. We're still full from that multiple hours later, which is rare for me. Quite pleased by that.
We went to the mall.
We went to the mall.
Got
we
some
went to
Christmas
Icing.
presents.
Icing, is that what it was called? I was disappointed by their lack of pastries covered in delicious frosting. I found the name to be deceptive, and I disapprove. Unless they want to give me free stuff, in which case I will approve so much.
Yeah.
But I still disapprove strongly. Shame on those people. Anyway, then we went to Glow Golf, and it was Alien Glow Golf. It was fun.
There was a TARDIS on the wall. Anyways, there's a vlog if you want to watch that.
It was fun.
We are going to
Link in the doobly-doo.
tell you a story.
What story are we telling again? Oh wait, are we telling the one about the water buffalo? Yeah, the water buffalo. You remember the water buffalo?
No.
Oh.
That's not the story we're going to tell.
What story are we telling?
We are going to tell how we met, sort of, and our weird relationship.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't really remember meeting you, but I remember other things.
I was always there.
Anyways, let's get started with that.
My dad was a youth pastor for a very, very long time.
Over 20 years.
Like, I think 25 when he actually clocked out. Anyway, 25 years, and when I was 9 years old, so several years ago, we moved to this tiny little hamlet in Washington State, and we were there, and it was swell.
Okay. So, I am at this church, and I'm like 13. And so I'm in youth group, of course, and I'm like a 7th grader. And they say we're getting a new youth pastor because the other one wasn't really real. I mean, he was real, but he didn't get paid. He just did it for fun. So, we're getting a new youth pastor, and these people are going to come and talk to the youth group. And I'm like, oh, maybe there'll be a boy I can marry. So they come, and someone's like, so, how old are your kids? And they're like 9, 7, 5, and 2. I'm like, well, forget that plan. So I wasn't that excited, and I was worried he was going to be like, the youth pastor was going to be like the old youth pastor. Not that he was bad, he just played these horrible youth group games. Anyways.
Needless to say, we did not play the horrible youth group games.
No, we didn't. Anyways, they moved actually 10 years ago this month. So they moved to Winlock. And we did not...
You shouldn't tell them our hometown.
It's okay.
We're going to bleep that out.
We did not get along.
No.
My first memory of him was...
No. That part of the story is not to be told. No,
I won't tell him. Stop. Okay. Anyways.
I was a rough, tough young man involved in multiple gang wars.
No, he was just drove everyone insane. So.
I was really annoying, not gonna lie.
He was a typical middle school boy. Anyways.
I was atypical. The rest of the middle schoolers couldn't stand me either. I like the box.
Let's move forward a couple years.
We already did that.
Like 5. Anyways, so it was summertime. And Yaya and I, my friend, wanted to go to the movies, and I saw he worked for my dad, so he was out working, and I saw him. I'm like, oh, we should bring him to a movie. We went, so I invited him.
I worked hard in those
and he
fields.
got really excited, and he said
the orchards.
He said he would go with us. So we went and saw Cars 2. So we did that. You gonna tell more story?
I don't know where to go from there.
Well, what else happened?
I went to Walmart to carry dog food. Like
he used to go to Walmart with us, and he would...
I was a nugget.
He was terrible. I don't know why we kept bringing him. So anyways...
I wouldn't have.
Anyways, we'll go ahead a year, and then we went on a missions trip. And then there was some very meddling people at this missions trip. One was his mother. The other one was this girl that came with us, and we were playing mini golf on this missions trip. And me and him and this girl were on a team. And so she's like, you're gonna marry him.
Team.
They argued the whole time. I was trying to be the peacemaker. But anyway, she's like, you are gonna marry him someday. I'm like, no, I'm not. That would be weird. And she's like, well, if you do, you owe me $50. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll give you $50 if we get married, because it's not going to happen. And then there was his mother, who liked to send subtle hints.
Subtle?
Subtle hints.
Subtle. Okay. Subtlety is a thing my mother doesn't really
It's
have.
okay. We love her anyways.
I love my mother. She's great.
Anyways, and she liked me for some reason, so...
Flash forward to the next missions trip.
We didn't go on another one after that.
Oh.
We only went on one together because I dropped out of the first one. I'm sorry. Anyways. Yeah. So, we kind of hung out on the missions trip. We rode together on the airplane. Oh.
I get to tell this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you look at the camera.
So we're on the airplane, and we're flying out, just at flying speed, and it was really fun. And the stewardess comes by and she gives us snacks, right? And me being me, I asked for one of everything, and she complied. So I have piles of these snacks, but I'm a very, very picky eater, even to this day, like very picky. So half the stuff I was not gonna eat. So being bored on this airplane, what else did I do? So I just started fiddling with the Sky Mall, and then I found it. The barf bag. So I took the barf bag.
I'm sitting in the middle.
And I crunched up all of the chunks of food that were left. Like there's pretzels. I'm pretty sure there was like an Oreo or two, like gum, and all of the beverages and ice that was left over. I crushed that all up and I put it in the bag and I sealed it off.
And labeled it.
I wrote, "I'm so sorry this happened. Signed, the girl who was in the middle seat, Chelsea." And I left it.
So now they think I threw up.
You threw up really gross.
It's really nasty.
Like you threw up ice chips.
But then I chose to sit by him again.
I don't know why.
I think we slept the whole way there because it was really, really late. Anyways.
Yes.
So.
I can fall asleep on public transportation very easily.
Anyways,
It's my talent.
Then we just started doing more things after that. We'd go to Walmart whenever he was done, and I'd come out and talk to him while he was working. So, anyways.
She would help. She'd carry small tools.
Then it would be Christmas time. And we'll rewind a couple months to August. And our church was having a garage sale to raise money for Awana. And so we're sitting there, and he and I are working on it, at it, to help out because they need help. Anyways, and so he finds the most wonderful. Where is that? Oh,
I'm not
sister
sure.
has it.
We need to get that back.
Yeah, anyways, she was gonna throw it away. Thank goodness she asked me. Anyways, so he finds his box, and inside the box was what was it?
It was a putting set. It's an automatic putt returner. It was a cool thing. You putt your ball, and the putter will
so he gave me that, but it was broken anyways. And there was some golf balls in there. And that is what he gave me for Christmas. I was not very happy at all.
Yes, you were. You were thrilled.
I was not.
No, you weren't.
I gave you a nice present and you gave me a bunch of crap. Anyways.
So you'll never guess what I got for my birthday the next year.
I forgave him.
thing.
I also gave him other things other than that because I'm a nice person.
I'm not a very good gift giver.
He's gotten better. Anyways.
So now it's a reoccurring joke. And I think I'm supposed to give that to you now.
Yeah.
I need to track that down.
Your sister has it hopefully still.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyway,
so that's the end of 2012. And he gives me this golf set.
Also, I thought the world was ending.
You did not. Did you really?
No.
I don't think so. Anyways. Okay. What else happened? Anything significant? I had a surprise party that wasn't a surprise.
I fell down a flight of stairs once. What's your problem?
So we're friends. We're really, really, really good friends for
a really, really long time.
a while.
Multiple days. More than 6 hours.
Yeah. Okay, let's fast forward to February of 2014. And so one day I'm house sitting and then I get home. doing?
I'm just looking around. Just look. Something
Andrew,
interesting.
look.
What? I'm sorry.
Anyways.
There's something interesting.
So I get home and it's like 8:30 at night, and we usually message quite a bit. Will you stop? We usually would text quite a bit, and he gets on there and he's like, "Do you like my family?" I thought that was a really strange question that he would ask me, because I don't know, it just was. So he's like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, I wasn't sure. And I'm like, well, I do. And he says, what did you say? He said, well, I remember all
You remember
things.
everything. You're
It
like
was like
February 2014. I'm like,
it was like February 18th, I think it was. Anyway, so he's like, well, I was thinking, and we had just had this dating series in youth group, so I guess dating was on his mind, and I was on his mind, because obviously he liked me. Anyways.
no, I didn't. I didn't like you at all.
Uh-huh.
We were just friends.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
We were
You were
just
hinting at
friends.
it so heavily before that.
Was not.
Yeah, you were. Anyways.
I was subtle.
You were not subtle at all.
I was subtle like my mother is subtle.
You're like, one time I said something, he's like, oh, well, I'd go 5 years either way for getting married, so that was not subtle at all. Anyways, yeah, he's about as subtle as his mother. That's okay. I still like him. Anyways, he's like, well, I was thinking.
Subtlety is in the eye of the beholder.
I was thinking that if in a few years we aren't dating anybody that we could date. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. And I think he was kind of surprised. Were you surprised?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Did you
I was
do
going
that?
for like the off chance bet that like it was like a bank shot. Like, have you seen what's the movie where the guy and the girl decide that if in 5 years they're still not married, they're gonna. I read that on Netflix. The description of 5 years ago they made a pact to get married if they weren't married in 5 years, and I
Oh,
thought
and that's what you were doing?
this might work.
Yeah.
I think.
So,
that might be
but
one
I
of
told
my
him I would love to
unofficial
date him if I didn't say that exactly, but I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. He's like, okay, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And then we didn't talk about it for a while, because that's how he does things. He says very shocking things, and then we don't talk about it for days and days and days, which I'm not sure.
That's the best way to do things.
So we did that, and then a few weeks later we were at Awana, and this lady's like, yeah, I had a dream that you two got married and had 5 kids or 3 kids or something. And we're like, oh, that would
Who was
never
that?
happen, Mary Stiltner. And
She
we're
might be a
like,
prophet.
that would never happen, and I'm pretty sure I turned bright red, and I think he might have turned red too.
I don't turn colors.
And yeah, you did. And so then we did talk about it that night. I think we did. I know we did. And he said he would like to marry me someday, which was sweet.
I did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
I was
so
smooth. Good job, me from the past.
more days went by, and then it comes to June, and he graduates. So he graduated, and that was a terrible day. And there was lots of tears.
Not on my part.
He almost cried.
I had no emotions.
Yeah,
I was just happy to be out of the pit of despair.
When he told me
in
goodbye,
high school.
he almost cried.
Take your box.
You admitted it to me. I can find it on Facebook if
I admit
need
nothing.
proof.
I admit
I will
nothing.
insert it right here if I have to.
All right, prove it.
I
Do
will.
it. You bet. Like right here on my hand. I
I
expect
will.
there to be proof.
Anyways, so he went away to camp, and I was really upset because I'm like, he's gonna find a different girl and like her more than
As
me,
if.
and we're just gonna become nothing. And so it was really hard for me because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I cried a lot,
You cried too much.
but then we wrote lots of letters, and I
Like
figured
literally.
out he probably wasn't gonna find a different girl because he didn't. And then he got deathly sick, and so he got to
Like,
come home
almost died.
for a little while,
Literally almost died.
which was fun. And we took care
It
of
was
him.
not
'cause his-
fun. I was almost dead.
No, it was fun that he got to come
My
home.
parents were in Texas.
Yeah, they were gone, so me
And,
and my
like-
family had to take care of him.
Like,
So-
on my deathbed.
But once you were better, it was fun.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Anyway, so he went
Once I
back to
wasn't
camp. He
dying.
was there till August 17th, and then he came home for a week before he went to college. So that was fun too. And then he went to college, and then I got worried again because I'm like, there's lots of girls at college. I worried a lot about
My
this.
college has 2.5 girls to every guy on campus.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Anyway, so I knew there was a lot of girls, and he's cute. So
Not that cute.
yeah, he is. Anyways,
I
I was
cleaned up nice
worried.
for a
I
camera.
was worried about that. again. And then he talked to me for a while till he got friends. And then sometimes he just wouldn't talk to me all day. And I'm like, oh man, what's happening? That was terrible.
I made a friend.
Yeah, he just kind of ignored me for a while. I don't think he really knew he was doing that.
Nope.
But it was really hard on me, and there was lots of crying going on. And so I finally told him because I was tired of it.
No one ever told me.
I think he felt bad. Anyways, we'll skip Thanksgiving.
Okay. So it's Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving is a traditional holiday in America celebrating the arrival of the Pilgrims and the ruthless slaughter of the Indians using biological warfare.
Andrew.
Right, I'll skip ahead a few years. So the Macy's Day Parade.
Andrew!
Okay, I'll skip a little more forward. So we're at dinner, and my grandmother has made this pumpkin pie cake, and it looked and smelled delicious, and I was excited for this pumpkin pie cake. And I ate some turkey, and I ate some black olives. Anyway, we finally get around to the pumpkin pie cake, and it was worth the wait. Fine. All right. So my buddy Sam came with me that Thanksgiving home. That was fun. So we had 2 Thanksgivings. One with my family at my house, and one with her family at her house.
That was good.
It was good.
That's what we're going to do every year.
So much pie. Anyway, so while we were there at her house, I asked Don for permission to date his daughter. And it was super weird.
He took him out to the shop.
I said, hey Don, can I talk to you for a minute? And Don goes, follow me. And he takes off out the front door, and I'm following behind him. I'm like, okay. So, and he's like, wait, don't just follow. He gets over to the shop, and he pulls out this big old ring of keys and starts flipping through the key.
He has like
he unlocks the shop.
25
He takes me into the shop.
Key ring.
In the shop, he goes over to the far wall where he's recently installed a breaker box. And I've seen the breaker box at least 10 times at this point.
It's going to be done in 2 minutes.
Anyway, it was a very impressive breaker box. And he is so excited. He flicks one of the switches and a light comes on. He's like, do you like my light? I'm like, yes, and also your daughter. May I date her, please?
I didn't realize you went all the way out to the shop.
We were all the way out there at the light. Like, I could have poked the light. Anyway.
Do you like my light?
We got out there. He gave me his permission to date his daughter. And we went on our first date December 16th.
Good job, you remembered.
I did, but I forgot the year. Just kidding. 2014.
I hope so. Yeah, so that was our story. He took me out to Red Lobster and The Hobbit.
You know, they say never take a first date to the movies. I did.
Yeah, it was okay because we already knew each other really well. Yeah.
I know all of her deepest, darkest secrets. I know.
You know what I did last week, didn't you?
I do.
It's pretty bad.
That hat was ugly. You should not have knitted that hat.
No, I shouldn't have.
I'm glad we got rid of that when we did.
Anyways.
Cast it into the fire for a
That is our story of the last, 10 years. We skipped a lot. It would have been a lot longer than this. Anyways.
The last 10 years have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next 10 with this beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I love you.
Happy anniversary to you. I love you too. Anyways.
Goodbye, people of the internet.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy it.
Make mediocre choices.
Subscribe.
Oh, yeah, and comment down in the comments, what you did for your first date. And also...
Or what you hope to do if you have a first date.
Yeah. And also what we should do next. Because, I really have no idea.
Yeah.
Mini golf was, like a brilliant streak of genius. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.